So first, I want to tell you that this whole thing is completely unsponsored. This is just coming out of me, my great love for this company. It's called Imperfect Produce. They are located in California, and they connect with farmers to pick up and resell food that would be previously thrown away because it just doesn't look right. Maybe it has some dings, maybe it's a little too small, maybe it's a little too big, but it just doesn't fit into the way we like to see things when we go to a local grocery store. These boxes are incredibly affordable for a service that delivers produce to your home weekly. This whole box is about $20, including the shipping. And it's enough vegetables to get us through a week or longer. So when I go to the grocery store, I don't have to decide what kind of vegetables I'm going to get. I just kind of fill in the corners of spaces that I have open because I maybe want to make something that's not in my box that week. So we're going to go ahead and have a little unboxing of our Imperfect box, and I'm going to talk about everything that's in it and what I'm going to make with it. And then we're going to go ahead and start into like a little cooking show, and I'll prep up almost everything in here, except for maybe things like the onions, because I always get a few onions and things that are good like staples for my pantry. All right, let's see what's inside. Ooh. So first, I haven't seen these come through before. We have this great little box of little mini sweet peppers. These, my favorite thing to do with these, because they're so tiny. I mean, okay, truth be told, I think these things are ridiculous. They're so cute, but when you have to like make something with a red pepper, do you know how hard those things are to cut anyway and to prep? Like, yeah, they're kind of a pain in the neck. So, and then you make them small. So they're great for like party dip trays, but we're not having a party. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut the top off, hollow them off, toss them a little bit of oil and stick them in the oven and roast them, and then put them in the fridge so I have roasted peppers. They go into like quiches or eggs or, yeah, lots of things you can do with roasted peppers, and these are pretty perfect for them because they're so tiny. Like I would, yeah. Anyway. The most ridiculous item ever, but they're so cute. Every time I buy them, I'm like, why did I buy these? I have no idea why I bought these. But I'm glad I got them, though. It's such a fun treat. Okay, what's next? Okay, we have some slightly wilted parsley. So, if you get a box from Imperfect, it's not going to come wilted. I'm going to be really honest. As that I got this box like 2 days ago, and I had to hold it to do this video because I couldn't shoot at that point in time. So just know that if you get your Imperfect box, it's delivered to your door, your parsley's not going to look like this. I'm really bad with parsley. I have to admit, like I get it, and I would only take a few sprigs for whatever I'm working with because, I don't know, I like it, but it's also like, what do you do with parsley? So, I don't know, I guess we could make like a tabbouleh with it, which could be really good. Or maybe some kind of chimichurri type sauce where we, cut this up really fine and put it with some garlic and olive oil and lemon juice, and then have this little sauce around that I could just spoon on meat. So I'm gonna have to think about this one. This is a lot of parsley to go through. I might have to also just kind of like stick it in some water and get it all cooked up again. All right. So usually every week I get about a pound of carrots, which is great. We go through a lot of carrots. I like to roast them. I just cut them up and then put them in olive oil and a little bit of salt and roast them. And it's like the perfect side dish to various kinds of meats in the winter. It's also really easy. And it's amazing because we'll eat this entire pound in a day. And like, if you gave me a pound of carrots, I'd be like, nope. You roast them. I'm like, yes, I will eat that entire pound of carrots. Oh, let's see. Ooh, these are really exciting. These are like super exciting. Oh, there's so many of them. What is this, like 5? 6? I don't have my packing list, but I am going to guess that these are Meyer lemons. They have kind of like that super smooth, shiny skin. They're sort of orangish. So yeah, I think these are Meyer lemons, which is super exciting because if you've been to the store, you know how expensive Meyer lemons are. With these, I'm going to look it up, but I think I want to try my hand at making some salted preserved lemon. I got a nice little bag of Brussels sprouts. This is a good amount of Brussels sprouts. They're actually really good condition. Some of them are really big and small, but they don't have that weird mealy, when they kind of, you can tell they got eaten by the aphids and they look a little gross. These are like perfect. So these I'm going to cut up and prep up, and I think I'll mix them with some bacon and mustard and olive oil, and I'll keep them in my fridge so when I come home from work I can just scatter them. What am I saying come home from work? I don't come home from work. Work is always here. This is where I work. So when I stop doing one work and go to do the other work, then I can have some awesome Brussels sprouts. I got some oranges. I'm gonna have to think about this. Usually my kids just eat them. We might just eat these fresh. Those look like good snack foods. Then I have more citrus. I think the citrus season is gonna come to the end soon because it's the end of winter. So this is kind of like the last hurrah of Citrus Town. You know what I want to try with these? What I want to try with these is I want to try cutting them up, mixing them with sugar and water, and I want to make a simple syrup that I could make cocktails with. And let's see what am I going to grab next. Guys, I got 3 avocados. Yeah, so they're hard. They're rock hard, but just a few days in a paper bag, and these things will be super soft and delicious, and I could eat all 3 batches of avocado toast. And then apples, which are good just for eating, and there's kind of some blemishes, but you just cut them off. And typically their apples have been really good. They've been no mealy red delicious apples. It's often super delicious apples. Really delicious apples, right? And then we have some pears. Same thing. Pears are a little hard. I found that with the pears, I have about an 80% success rate with them. Sometimes they have a bruise. This one's got a little bump on the back. If they have a bruise on them, what I find is after they've ripened in my kitchen, the bruise just kind of gets bigger and weirder, but you can always cut it off and just eat the rest of it. I like how this one has a backbone. It's got a really crazy ridge. So these are going to go into their own bag on the counter all together. They're going to live together and have a little party. Of course, we have onions, which is great. We don't need to do anything with these. We could always use more onions, right? You really can't have too many onions. They last forever. They're good things. And more potatoes. I've been getting potatoes every week, but we don't eat a lot of potatoes, but they'll be good. We'll just roast them one night. And I'm not going to pre-prep these because, if you cut up potatoes, they get gray and weird. So I think that's it. So that is everything inside of our box. I'm going to go start my little cooking station, come up with some recipes, and then, we'll be right back.